And all right, guys, what is going on? How are you all doing? Welcome back to another podcast on the Creator Chats podcast. I'm here with the one and only Gabriel Davenport. Now, before I give Gabe, let him explain kind of who he is, what he's about. This is the first podcast in the new office, the new setup. We have the assistant and the man Haroon behind the camera. If you see him, he's been a gem in helping set this all up. So with that, let's now run it. We have the tease. We're good to go. Gabriel, we've grown up together. Give a little context, who you are, kind of our relation, and then what you're doing.
Well, my name is Gabriel Davenport. I am an actor. I've been in a couple shows and movies and commercials here and there. My biggest accomplishment is V-Wars. I was in V-Wars, which is with Ian Somerhalder on Netflix. That was the dopest thing. Meeting that guy is insane. Like, he's so nice. Me and David went to elementary school together, became like best of friends. Me, Dylan, David Ragusio.
Yeah, bro, West Creek days.
Oh, like
represent.
so
Let's
much people. Like, it's crazy.
Dumbarton,
Jalaya, Stefan.
Yeah.
Like, we just so many of us, and we just all grew up never knowing we were gonna end up like this and do all
100%.
these different.
But we kind of did know at the same time.
We
back-
always had that, like, we would be something someday.
100%. Gabe and I have known each other essentially our whole lives. We went to elementary school together. So when did we start? We seriously started hanging out grade 7, grade 8.
Yeah, grade 7, 8.
And we were literally best friends, like every single day. Like,
yeah, like, yo, we'd hang out all the time.
All the time. Especially with the chicks, man. Like,
Day one. Day one.
don't underestimate, bro. Gabe and I are both wingmen.
We were good too.
Bro,
we were cool.
We came up with like the cleanest.
Yeah, we were actually good. We were flawless.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not gonna say.
Now we're just
we're just doing our own thing.
We're just settled down. We're good.
So Gabe's guys has been into acting for quite a while. I even remember like talent shows
I think about
back.
like 3 years now or 2.
Dude, I'm even talking like, talent shows in
yes,
West Creek and
yes.
stuff like that. Like you and even your brother at a time, like you guys were like, I don't want to say class clowns in a bad way, but like.
No, we were class clowns in
Yeah,
a bad
you
way
were
and
class-
a good way.
Yeah.
Good and bad way. We didn't mind.
Did you know you always wanted to do something kind of acting based?
You know what's funny? Deep in my core being, I knew I wanted to be an actor, but I always thought, man, either down the road and the down the road I meant like I'd probably never do it.
Right, when does down the road actually come?
Down the road, but I'd never do it. I don't know how to do it. All that stuff. But I always thought I'd be in some type of either speaking or entertainment.
Right.
So for a while, I thought I'd be an accountant. I don't know why. I was good at numbers.
Right.
At that, I thought.
Right.
And then I moved into public speaking kind of, and I was good at it. But I felt like I needed more to prove.
More
something more
Flashy,
to have
really.
onto the belt. And then my mom was like, I was supposed to go to Seattle and all this stuff. So like I was ready. Like I was supposed to be a preacher. Like that's where I thought.
Yeah, tell us about your story. Like leading
I
up to
thought I was
everything.
supposed to end up as a preacher because I remember I went to church one time and see I'm heavily into Christianity, so I believe in like prophecies and all that stuff. So my pastor was like, "Yeah, you're destined to be one of the youngest preachers ever, and and you're gonna be on billboards and all that stuff." And me at that age, I was like, "Yo, I'm running with him." I'm like, "All right, yo." Like, so I was like full throttle, like Christian preacher. I was ready to go. Like, I mean, 3 days I was supposed to leave and go to Seattle, and I was supposed to be I don't know where I'd be today. I'd be down there. You probably never see me for a while. And my mom and dad got cold feet like 3 days later, and they're like, "Nah, like we don't want to send you. You can't go. Like I'm scared. All this stuff." And everything was set to go.
Really?
So I'm here like, hey God, like, what the hell do I do next? Honestly. I can't sign up for school because it's too late. I have to go look for a job, all this stuff. And everyone I told I was leaving.
Right.
So
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell do I do? God, like, and this was like the lowest because I was like, yo, I have no freaking
Your sense of direction was taken from you.
Because that's where I thought my destiny was. That was where we're supposed to go. And everything lined up. Like, everything went perfectly. So I'm like, God, what the hell do I do?
Right.
And it's like, one day my mom was like, she's going to a flower store.
Okay.
And she's like, you want to come? My mom never asked me to come to the fucking flower store.
Yeah, so you go. When your mom asks, you go.
So all right, sure. Yeah. So I go. And on the way there, we're talking about things I want to try. And I'm like, I don't know what I should do. Like, I have no idea. Like, Mom, what do I do? And she's like, I've always seen you as an actor, walking down the red carpet. Like, I've always seen you doing that. And I was like, Mom, at this point, I'll do anything. Like, what do I have to lose? Like, I literally have nothing to lose. So let's try it. Went home, typed in Toronto Film or acting. Found Toronto Film School, signed up for it, spent about 3 terms there, and then I realized I learned what I needed to.
Right.
And I wasn't learning anything else.
Right.
So I needed to move on.
You hit a saturation point.
Exactly. So I was like, either I stay here, spend a whole bunch of money, and learn nothing, or I try to jump into the water and swim.
And you actually do it yourself.
That's what I did. So I jumped into the water, I swim. I prayed beforehand. I said, Lord, help me find good agents and help me get in something, a TV show, whatnot. And like the week that I left, I was signing up. I was sending out my headshot, resume, and cover letter to all different types of agencies. And I get one from Fountainhead. And I look at them, I check them out. This from Robin and Dan Friedman, and they're like these big agents in Toronto, like top agents. And at the time I didn't know. I was just thrilled that someone was willing to see your boy. So meet with them, and they want to take me on. And this was like the first like sign that like, this is my path.
This is it.
This is where, because if I wasn't meant to be in acting, I would have never got an agent. I'd have never even went to Toronto Film School. I'd have been back all the way in Seattle trying to be a preacher. And they were like, yeah, we really want to sign you. And she told me, she's like, I don't go by talent, I go by gut. And
I like that.
Gut says I like you.
that.
And I was like, thank God. Because the demo was like, the demo that I had was like, trash. Yeah. It was just comedy and like one drama.
Right.
And I was like, I'm doing my best here. Right. Like, and they picked me up, and like 3 months later, I booked my first show. And they're telling me, they're like, that doesn't happen ever.
Nice.
We've had clients for like 10 years that have still yet to see a show. And I was like, wow. So that humbled me and made me feel a bit prideful of myself. Absolutely. I was like, you know what? I'm proud of myself. Audition, show, movie, this, what. I just kept doing it over and over and over again. And it's like, it doesn't always come, right? It's not like every other week you're doing a movie or every other week you're doing a show.
It's gradual,
it takes a while, man. I've done hundreds of auditions.
Right. Let's speak about that actually, because I relate with that with YouTube. I have 400 or 500 videos, bro. Like, it takes a while to eventually just clicks.
And I'm still not there yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm enjoying the journey.
Nice.
Because if you don't enjoy the journey, man, good luck.
You're screwed.
Especially in acting, because you're gonna get 99.9999% no.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they never tell you no to your face. You just don't get a call back, or you just don't get it. You just don't get the role. And that pretty much is no.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, instead of taking that as a no, you take it as an opportunity to better yourself.
Yes.
So why didn't you get the audition? Or why didn't you get the callback? Or, but not even thinking about that, you just enjoy what you did, know that you did something good, and hope that they liked you enough to call you back for something else. So I've done, for example, like there's a huge casting director, Lisa Pearson, and Stephanie Gorin.
So, dude, I'm not gonna play that for him. Can you actually go get Andrew and tell her to let Kira out? Yeah. So she's crying. That's throwing me off. She has to go out. That's why I have her in the back. Sorry, go ahead.
I've done,
thanks, bro,
like 20 auditions for each of them. So if I wasn't good enough, or they didn't like me, they would have never called me back after the first audition. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? They would have never called me back. They would have been like, he's not good enough. We don't want him. But I've been called back to their rooms more than once. And these are major casting directors in Canada. Like big shows and big films that they cast. So that's how you know you're on the path. You're doing well, that you're doing a good job when stuff like that happens. So you keep going.
100%. I believe it. What would you say for you was that first aha moment that like, this is actually kind of working? Like when was the first time that they called you back, you said? I don't know if you just said that.
My first aha moment was when I got signed by my agent.
Right.
And finding out how big they are. Right. Like their clients are major clients.
They're big.
So I was surprised they even looked at someone like me.
How was your...
And how nice they are and kind they are.
They're legit. Are you still with them right now?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So they're legit.
I want them to be my eternal Canadian agents. That's it. I will leave it there. I don't want to sign with nobody else.
And you're in Toronto. That's where the agency is, eh? Nice.
So they're Toronto agents. And sometimes they do stuff in the state. But obviously, as you get bigger, you get a States agent. Sometimes you even have like a London agent if you go to London. So they'll be my Canadian agents.
Right.
Like I have no plans of leaving them ever.
Right.
They're good to me. They're faithful. They trust me. They motivate me. And they're patient with me. Which is, for anyone out there that is starting acting, be patient.
You're good.
Because, bro, it's going to take a long time but also have agents who are patient. Because if you have agents who just want you to keep booking, and because there's gonna come time where you're not booking for like a whole year,
Right.
and you don't want them to be like, oh, you're not booking, so
Cut. Right.
And then you're there on the ground like, what the hell do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So make sure when you're looking for agents that they actually believe in you and they have patience with you, because
100%.
that will screw you up.
It's so funny you say that, because like just Haroon, what we were talking about beforehand, I'm not going to go into depth, but like, I don't know if, I guess the mic wouldn't be able to hear you, Haroon, but what Gabe was just talking about was, you know, picking the right agents who are they're patient, they understand you, they believe in you. There's no rush. You know, Haroon's now my assistant working. I'm not going to say who, but there's a little situation where there was maybe a couple other people who asked Haroon to work for them after seeing what we did, but there was no patience, there was no trust, there was no faith. It was just right now. Like, you want to kind of paint that picture?
Yeah. So I think the most important thing to do is build connections with people that you trust, and so David's entire approach was that he chose to take a professional approach to even, I guess, hire me to work for him. And so when I was, last night when I was picked up by these guys that I'm sort of distant with, their approach was entirely shady with the way they wanted me to work for them. It was like silent threats, like, work for me, or, you know what, you'll gain a lot if you work for me, and you're not going to gain a lot for working for other people. And it was just, I didn't enjoy the demeanor, so I guess professionalism is important. But I don't feel like I answered your question.
No, that was perfect. Yeah, hopefully the mic was able to pick that up. No, that was perfect, guys. Just with what you're saying, it really doesn't matter how flashy and amazing things seem at the beginning. It really doesn't.
It does not.
It's all your groundwork. Even if things move slow and it doesn't look pretty on paper, it's trust, it's connection, it's things that you can't see on camera, but you can feel.
Like,
right?
There's this
good.
agent that came to the school at one time. I'm not going to name names,
Right.
but he's self-considered the top agent
Right.
of Canada. And back in the day, he was good. But now, not anymore. Like, he fell off. Like, he still does good things. Like, he still gets his actors booked. But it's like, he's so arrogant and in himself that he's the type of person that if you were under his agency, he would cut you if you're not booking. Like, he's that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
He told us when he was there, he's like, I get you auditions if I want to.
Word. Ooh.
And
No
it's
thanks.
like, so if he doesn't want to get you an audition,
No
he
thanks.
won't. And I was like, that's someone I don't want to go with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're the top agent in the world. You want to go with someone, your gut knows this is the person you should go with, that you trust. You're like, you know what? I feel warmth from this person.
100%.
And it's funny, at the time, my agents are bigger than him, but I didn't know it. So I'm talking to these guys, and these guys are so humble,
Right.
so kind.
Interesting.
And they're not flashy. They're not saying that they're this or that. And I'm like, God, thank you. Because imagine that. And the funny thing is that same person wanted to sign me as well. I had an audition with him and
Temptation.
everything. And I was thinking to myself, yo, he's this top guy. I should go with him. But my gut was like, no.
Don't do it, bro.
Go with these guys. Trust me. And that's what I did. I went with my gut. I always go with my gut. Yo, your gut is never wrong. Your gut is God talking to you, or whoever you believe in. It's that person talking to you.
100%.
And it is never, ever wrong. And the thing is, your gut scares you. It will scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Because at that time, obviously the right decision seems to go with that guy.
Right.
He has the
Right,
things to show for it, everything. But your gut's like, nah, go with these people.
Right.
And it's scary because it's like, you don't know nothing about these people. You don't know if they're going to be good. You don't know if they're ever going to get you anything.
Right.
So it scares you, but yo, your gut will always push you in the right direction.
Man, that is such, I wish people could really understand this. You know, that was literally Haroon's situation. They're like, I can't explain to you guys. Usually the right choice is actually the one that seems like it would go nowhere. It's all backwards. The one where it seems like, hey, buddy, I got this quick fix for you. Like, things are going to be amazing. Believe me, all these promises. A lot of times, man, that's how things fall through. You know, everything always takes a long time, and it should take a long time. So that's awesome you say that. And I always speak to you guys to listen to your gut, again, whatever you want to call it, like your subconscious, your gut, the universe, higher power, whatever. Like, that is, to me, at least how I do everything. You know, even choosing guests, right? I could have chose someone with like 10, try to reach out with like 10,000 followers and this. And I've had people, man, ask to be on the podcast that I have no clue who they are, but because they got a new single coming out or they have this, that I should have them. I don't
everyone's
know
A
you.
lot of people are in it for themselves, man.
Dude, 100%. Like with this whole podcast, I want this, whether you believe it or not, to be just of a resource and value to you guys. I don't care how many followers the person has. I don't care. Like, do I like you? Do I think you are an inspirational person with what you're doing, regardless of how big you are at the moment? And to me, Gabe is. So that's exactly how I choose to.
And this is just free advice to get y'all going,
right?
Because I'm not getting paid. I don't know if you're getting paid.
Well, this podcast definitely isn't right now. No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, take advantage of it.
Right.
We're young creators in our fields, the same way as you're going to be a young creator or an old creator listening to us. Take advantage of it, like from what we're learning, because we're going through it. It's not like we're just behind the scenes saying, "Yeah, I'm an actor, but I haven't done anything."
We're not pointing. We're in the trenches.
I've been through it.
Right.
And I'm still not there like where I want to be. And I know I'm going to be there one day, but
absolutely.
You're going to go through, if you're an actor, you're going to go through hundreds of auditions, and you're going to go through the ups, the downs, the lowest of the lowest. You're going to be like, yo, God,
what's next?
What the hell am I doing? Is this the right path?
Right.
You got to trust your gut that you are on the right path.
100%. Man. I can't relate with that anymore. 500 videos, like 3 YouTube channels, 8 different Instagram pages. Like it takes a while, but you love the process, and that's the biggest thing. You have to.
Otherwise, you're not gonna succeed.
Right.
If you're doing it for money, you're not gonna succeed. If you're doing it for
any
fame,
external
you're not gonna
measure,
succeed.
views,
exactly. You gotta do it because you love it as much as you want to breathe, bro.
Right.
And I know, like for example, in Christianity, they say keep God as the number one thing in your life, which I do. But I won't even lie to you. Sometimes, bro, my success in acting, the dream of acting, the love of acting, it edges close, bro. I won't lie. It's like almost tied with God sometimes. But I like to merge them, as in success is God.
Right.
Same thing with acting. Acting is a part of my success.
They don't have
Because
to
at
be
the end of the
separate.
day, me, the way I believe is God will be my success in acting no matter what. And he'll be my success in anything else. And there's nothing that I can't do without him. He will always be the number one. So success, acting, family, relationships, all that applies to God as one thing. So they're all in that one bundle. So he is success. He is acting. He is my relationship. He is all of that together. You know what I'm saying? All that. So that's the way I see it, so that he is never overtaken by anything else. He is always number one. So make that thing number one in your life. Obviously, don't make the success of acting number one or whatnot, because it will take you down a dark path, especially in Hollywood. You've seen actors and big time actors do dumb things because they need to be successful or they need to get money or they need to do this. Yo, make sure you're grounded and your foundation is solid.
Yes.
Because if that shit breaks, bro,
it's very hard to get back.
That's it. And especially if you're famous and it breaks, it's a harder break, because you could, if you're not famous and it breaks, that's fine. You could pick up the pieces, fix yourself behind the scenes. No one has to worry. If you're in the spotlight and it breaks, man, the whole world never forgives you. And they'll be like, "Oh, you did this, you did that," and you got to pick up the pieces while everyone's watching you.
Right.
And it's hard.
And that will happen. Like, that's inevitable.
Oh, bro.
To a certain extent, I'm not saying you have to kill someone or something horrible, but like it will happen.
That's why you make sure you're grounded.
Right.
So shit like that doesn't. Or when it does happen, you can handle it.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, we just moved into the house. They built this house on a pretty good foundation. Otherwise, like if a room breaks, do you know how hard that is? Like once it's set up, if it breaks and nothing's here, like, big deal, fix it. I have all my gear here. We have us. We have everything.
Whole problem.
You can't repair some of that. That's done. Okay.
Problems.
Awesome. Let's move on to we're at 20 minutes. This is good so far. I'm having fun. This is awesome. Even like Haroon's energy in the back, I can feel
Creator
like it's good.
Chats.
Creator Chats.
You should get mugs.
Bro, I know where to get those too, and they're pretty cheap.
Get Creator Chats.
Yo, I appreciate that, man.
And every time,
bro,
always have somebody with tea or coffee or chocolate milk or something to have Creator Chats. Tight.
I'm literally, the second this is done, you will see in the next podcast. Mark my words. If the shipping comes in,
that's tight.
No, it is. I love that. What else should I get? Hats.
Yo, hey, why not? Yo, promote it while you're on it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not going to make you wear a shirt. Don't worry.
I wouldn't mind. If it looks sick, because the design on your Instagram looks sick. I'd rock it. I'd rock it like right on the sleeve, bro.
Creator Chats merch. Who knows? Sick. Haroon, what should we talk about next, man? What's coming to your mind? Anything, man. Put it out there.
Hey, you got any
I feel
questions?
like I want to ask.
Yeah, what are your questions, man? This is awesome. You're here, bro. Ask Gabe anything, because gain value. Let me just turn up the mic on you.
So, like, how was it that you fell in love with acting? Or did you guys already talk about that?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. But, man, I love to entertain. Like, it's funny. Since I was a kid, man, I love making people smile, laugh, doing funny voices, doing stupid things.
Bro, you want to check the camera?
I loved it.
Thanks, bro.
I adored the attention. I won't lie. I was an attention seeker. I loved the attention. That was another thing that helped me get into acting. I knew that, like, I was destined to be in some sort of entertainment.
Yes.
I just didn't know what.
Yeah.
Then after I figured it all out, I came across acting. I realized I was good at acting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just naturally good at it. A lot of people, it's funny because I did this thing yesterday. It was just we just reading scripts with a bunch of other actors. And I'm hearing them read, and the emotion and the way they read, it's just like
Kinda
they're
dry.
reading a story. It's like there's no emotion behind the
They're not
character.
in the story, though.
Yeah, it's just like, oh no, I want to go there.
Yeah.
I can't go over there. Oh, and it's like it's
Some
just
behind the scenes, bro.
it's too animated, and it's too like storybook read.
Right.
And I'm there like
Too
passionately reading it and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, am I supposed to read it like that too as
Right,
well?
right,
Like,
right.
is this what we're doing, or are we supposed to put our emotion into it or something? Like, I'm reading the character and I'm like genuinely feeling it, and they're just like, oh, run away, Johnny, and it's like,
Yeah.
and yo, it's funny because some people just don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. That's just not for you. It's for you to do something else. Maybe you're a writer, maybe you're a director, maybe you're a producer, maybe you're behind the scenes or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for you. If you can't love it enough to keep going no matter who says you're trash or this, it's not for you. Because, yo, I don't know if people think I'm great. People probably think I'm trash. People probably think I don't deserve it. People probably think a whole bunch of stuff. But I love it too much to give a fuck, bro.
And that's the most important.
I love it too much to give a flying fuck with what
Mm-hmm.
anyone says.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if my favorite actor told me I'm shit. I'm still going to fucking keep doing it because that's how much I love it. I don't love it because I want to meet my favorite actor. I don't love it because I want to make money. I don't love it because I want to be famous. I love it because I love it. It's a part of my essence.
Mm-hmm.
So that I feel like I didn't even fall in love with it. I feel like it was
fell in love
inside
with
of
you.
me. Like, it was from birth. It was just meant for me. You know what I'm saying? It fell in love with me, and I just knew that this was it. It's like, you believe in love at first sight or true love?
Sure. To an extent, yeah.
That is what I believe true love is and love at first sight is. I don't believe it's seeing a woman and you're like, oh my God, or seeing a man and you're like, oh my God, or talking to them and that's my soulmate. Nah, bro. Your destiny, your path, the thing that moves you to wake up every morning, that is your soulmate. That is your true love. That is love at first sight. And that was acting for me. That's what gets me up in the morning, other than God, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what makes me say, you know what? There's hope for me in this world. There's a reason I'm here. That's your reason, bro. That's what gets you up. That's what makes you be in love. That reason, bro.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, what do you think about? You're like, man, who am I going to be on the podcast today? What am I going to do? How am I going to improve this?
Yeah.
Not because you want to be famous, you want to make money. Hopefully, yeah, it comes.
Mm-hmm.
But because you want to do genuine good work. You want to see people. You want to be proud of what you're doing because you love it that much.
I love you guys.
David, can I ask a question?
Absolutely, man. Let me just...
Feel like is on my mind.
the mic's there. It's turned up, bro. Go nuts.
Yeah, so I've noticed, Gabe, that you're personally very God-oriented, right? But which I am personally. But I just wanted to get your idea, David, on like what kind of a what do you use as to find purpose in your life?
Yeah.
Or
Like a moral compass kind of vibe.
sort of speak. Like, what's the main drive behind
Yeah.
you
I love
to
that.
find purpose?
So you guys, this is why we have Herman on the podcast. It's awesome. Yeah, so the question was, so moral compass wise, you know, whether you guys use, you know, you could say God or something like that, like kind of like what's my moral compass in a sense, like with direction and purpose, with like
How do you find purpose?
right. So in the entrepreneur journey, first off, I love that question. In the creator's journey, it's going to be treacherous. There are going to be tons of trenches, like Gabe said. You know, I'm on video close to 500. I've started I've started over
Yeah, I
a lot of
remember.
times, okay?
Holy.
Many times. I've been at this whole thing, Creator's Journey, for about 7 years now. Even back when you and I first began, when you helped me with that book,
I
that was when I was 15,
remember.
16 years old.
You remember that book, man?
100%.
Yo, that
Leadership and
started
self-deception.
it
Yeah.
all, bro.
100%. That was a massive snowball in my life. Massive.
Yo, trust me, that book hit me deep too.
Mm-hmm.
It
No,
opened my
dude,
eyes.
it was great.
That's why I knew I had to give it to you. There's something inside of me knew.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, David it was like a voice. It was like, give this to David. And
Let's actually, I want to speak about that right after this, because that's actually an amazing story. So to answer Hoon's question, like I said, doing what you do is actually something very, very selfish in the best of ways. I think a lot of people, they get the idea that like, oh, you're only doing this for other people. And yes, we are. That's a byproduct, but we do this because we love this. Like, we wake up every single day and this just feels good inside of us. And when you do something that makes you feel alive, you will, as a byproduct, help other people. Like, that's what I believe. So do what makes you feel most alive. Whether that is starting a podcast or starting a music page or this or this or this, do it because you feel good. I think that's where my compass is. The second something doesn't resonate or feel good within me, I stop, or I change paths, or I just tweak it a little bit. You got to listen to your gut. What makes you feel best? In that essence, you can call whatever. It's completely up to you. But it's like you said, if you don't follow that, you will feel empty and hollow. Period. If I just picked a job just because for external measures, that feeling like I'm talking to you guys won't be there. And to me, I'll be miserable because I've been there before.
And yo, there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 or a 6 to 2 if that is what you love.
Yes.
But if you're going to go to McDonald's and flip burgers and hate it, then yes, there's something wrong with it. You need to get out of it and figure out what you need to do. But yo, like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great people that do these 6 to 2s, 9 to 5, and they're fine with it. That's totally fine. We're not saying don't do that shit. We're saying make sure that's what you want to do. Because that's going to ruin your life forever.
Right.
And you're going to end up like those old grumpy teachers that hate everyone.
Right.
Why? Because they didn't follow their dreams. I honestly believe the reason why there's so many cold, angry people, heartless people that hate on people, and there's haters and all those people that just don't like you because you're following your dreams, is simply because they didn't follow your dreams. I honestly believe everything would have been fine in anyone's life if they followed their passion. Whether they failed or not, at least they tried.
I don't even think you can fail if you follow your passion. I don't think you can. Like, I think
it's meant for you.
Yeah, this is a big thing. Like, this is actually what I was saying to you. I believe you don't really choose your passion or what you want. I kind of think it's the other way around. I think your passion and success,
chooses you.
They choose you, bro. It's like Pokemon, like if you want to, or you think of movies like that. Like, I believe it chooses you. And
Destiny.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you want. Destiny, like anything.
You ain't got no choice but to. You gotta roll with it.
And if you think of it in that stand, you're kind of invincible because you won't quit because you're like, this is meant for me.
This is meant for
And here's where I think like you can't fail if you follow your path. If you stay true to what you're doing, you will, like a GPS or a compass, like I explained to you guys before. If you take the wrong path or the wrong turn, it'll reroute you back. And I believe if you stay true to yourself, you will inevitably be where you're supposed to be. Now, I think where people can fail is like with me, my first business was a fitness business. On paper, I dropped it, so I technically failed. But did I fail? I just chose something or tweaked to something that was more true to me. So I rerouted. So I think people look at failure like, oh, buddy, you failed. But yourself.
Every failure is an opportunity to learn from something.
100%.
Also, the only way you fail at following your passion or your dreams is if you just stop moving.
Right.
If you stop, for example, same thing with
if you
GPS.
press end on the GPS and you're like, nope, done.
Then that's when there's nothing God, destiny, your God, or whatever can do. It'll keep trying to push you. It'll keep pumping that heart in you, saying, "Yo, 100%. do this." But if you never ever follow it, eventually that will leave because you missed your chance. I
agree.
Yo, God will give you 9,000 times to do it, or your gut will give you 10,000 times to do it. It will keep bringing, but eventually that feeling is gonna go quiet until it's gone. Yeah. Why? Because you missed your chance.
Right.
Because you were either too afraid or everyone around you told you couldn't do it. Not because they hate on you or they don't like you or they just probably think this isn't for you or you won't make it because of who you are, or they don't think you're talented enough, or just out of love. Sometimes, a lot of the time, people will push you away from things out of love because they're afraid that it's going to hurt you.
Or is that out of fear?
Or fear as well.
I think that's out of
fear for you, as in, I don't know, I don't want you to get hurt. I
Right.
don't think you'll make it.
Right.
Yo, listen to your spirit in your heart. That boy will tell you if this is for you or not. Trust me, it's so adamant. It's like You ever see someone, say you're walking by a homeless person, and you ever get that pounding? Say you have a $5 randomly on you, you still haven't used it, and you get a pounding in your heart that says, yo, and you just feel like you need to give this person $5. The more you don't listen to that pounding is the more it echoes as you keep walking. It echoes and echoes. And that echo goes to your mind. And instead, the way you start thinking is, yo, that guy doesn't need it. Why do I have to give him $5? Yo, he's just going to use it for drugs. Yo, and you justify why you didn't use that, why you didn't act on that gut impulse.
The root of evil.
Exactly. And guess where that gut impulse goes eventually?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
You had the chance to maybe change someone's life, make someone's day, make them smile, whether or not they use it for drugs or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You could have changed that person's life with $5, but you decided not to because your head chose not to. Your head was like, nah, don't do that. Like, he doesn't need it. He's going to use it for crack. He's going to whatever. Or same vice versa. You're at a job and you have this gut feeling to stand your ground and be like, yo, I think I deserve a promotion. You've worked hard enough. You have the rap sheet. You've earned it. And this gut feeling is telling you, talk to your boss. Talk to your boss. Talk to your boss. The more you don't act on that gut feeling,
Scary guys.
is a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're still doing the same thing. And guess who gets the promotion? The guy who decided to ask.
Yeah.
Yo, always act on that gut feeling. For months, bro, I had this gut feeling to go union. Now, non-union, you have so much more auditions, so much more opportunities to make money, all this stuff. But it's more just for money. It's not for the craft. It's not because you love it. It's just to make some money, do things every now and then. But I felt in my gut, every time I got a chance to go union, and I never did. So first TV show I got, had the gut to go union. Decided to wait, let me learn more, let me get stuff. Second time, decided to wait again, let me more. And I was like, I know if it comes around again, it's gonna disappear. Mm-hmm. So the third time I got a voiceover commercial that was union, I was like, I'm going union. I felt in my spirit the gut feeling. And yo, nothing crazy has happened. Like, it's not like it's benefited me amazingly, but all the work that I'm doing now is way more meaningful.
Mm-hmm. Which does benefit you crazy.
Exactly.
It does. You can't look at like external measures and like what's good for you and what's not, because only you know what's good. Right. I think that's a major thing. Like, a lot of people look at you when you make a move and they're like, oh, you haven't made X amount of money yet, or you haven't done this. Mm-hmm. You know, that must have been the wrong move. No, only you can dictate what's the right or wrong move. And I think that's so important, you know, whether what you choose to believe in, like listening to yourself on this creator's journey, regardless of what it is. You know, so many people are going to try to, let's speak of people trying to like take you astray, you know, and what do you do in those situations? You know, it's kind of like what we just said. Just listen to yourself.
Fuck them. If it's your mom, fuck her. If it's your dad, fuck her too. I fuck all of them.
It's true. Parents are such a huge pivotal thing.
Don't let anyone defer you from your path. Mm-hmm. If this is what you feel in your gut is meant for you.
Right.
Yo, bro. Because they all will. And here's the thing.
They will.
It's so easy to get rid of haters who you don't know. It's hard as fuck to get rid of haters who you know. Like, for example, I had, like, at the beginning, my mom and dad really believed in me. And then as time went by and I wasn't booking anything and I wasn't getting anything, they started to get their doubts. And it's okay. Mm-hmm. They're going to have their doubts. And they started to, instead of like, I know you're going to book. Like, my dad always says, I know you're going to get something. I know you're going to get something. Like, he's the one guy who, it still hasn't changed. But you could see, it's like, I know you're going to get something. Like, it's okay, son. It's going to come. Like, it's not really like I'm believing in you anymore. It's more like, I'm just trying to keep you motivated because I know this is what you love. Now, my mom, on the other hand, she heavily believes in me. But now it's more like, oh, maybe it's just not for you, or maybe you should. And it's nothing. Like I said, it's not personal. Don't take it personal. Yeah, it's not always out of hate or fear. Sometimes it's love. Like, I don't want to see you get hurt, and it doesn't look like you're going anywhere. You have to know your spirit, your gut, your heart, what it's saying. So that's why I tell the people, pray. If you don't pray, do something that goes back to your spirit. Like, meditate, do yoga, do something that keeps you in touch with your inner spirit. So pray. So for me, I will go and I'll pray. I'll say, God, help me keep going on my path. If this is the path you know I'm meant to be on, don't let me fall. Don't let me falter. And still today, I still stand strong in this path.
Yes.
Because I don't listen to all those voices. I listen to one voice. And that one voice in my heart that says, yo, this is meant for you. You can keep doing this. Keep going. Keep freaking going. Keep going. Until that heart stops beating, bro, that's when your time is done. If that heart's still beating, that's meant for you. Keep going. Until your heart stops beating, that's it. So until you die, that's your path. Keep going. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because they will. Yo, even my girlfriend, she may not say it, but I'll be like, yo, one day I'm gonna buy you a house. I'm gonna be a huge superstar.
Like, oh, that's good,
yeah. She'll be like, oh, okay. They go, okay. And it's like, they may not say it, but it's that underlining. What's that word? When someone says something, but they have underlying meaning. I forget the word.
Wow, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like it's subliminal.
It's like underneath it. It's like, but
it's like passive aggressive.
Yeah. So those ones will hurt the most because they're the closest to you.
Word.
Man, if you have some dude you see like every 2 days,
not even, bro. Yeah,
or not even, like you just met him like
once
yesterday
a month or something like that,
and he's like, yo, man, are you sure you want to be an actor? Like, I don't know, bro.
Who gives a fuck?
Who cares? But yo, when you have someone you see every day, that's like, yo,
it's people you live with.
But that's why the same book that I was reading, the Hollywood Commandments, it says choose your friends and the people around you wisely. It's not saying cut your mom out, cut your dad out, but cut their voices out. It's fine if they're in your life. Just cut their voices out. Listen to the people's voices that say, yo, no matter what, I got you. I believe in you. Like, for example, David Hammond, Jeliah, Dylan, Ragusio, Stefan. Forgive me for all the rest that I'm not naming, but you out there that continues to say, yo, I see you in this. I believe in you. Like, yo, every day, if I'm feeling like down, I call July. And no matter what, bro, he's like, don't worry, bro. You got this. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to, no matter what. So listen to those people that are always on your side. Whether you're a rapper, you're a producer, you're an artist, you're an astronaut, you're a mechanical engineer or whatever, or a medical major, whatever it is, listen to those people around you that keep pushing, or find people in the same industry around you that know what it's like to keep pushing on. So you guys push each other. Because I have a buddy named Jawan. He's a young rapper, and yo, he may not think he's talented. Other people may not think he's talented. Even I may not think he's talented or whatnot. But as long as you still believe in that person, they will get far. Because, yo, you could be a horrible singer, but you could learn to sing. It's not like everybody has to be born with the ability to sing. You could teach yourself how to sing.
And I think the most important voice is just your own. Because I don't want you guys to ever rely on like external voices. Like, it's amazing to have friends, and hope to God you guys do have friends or certain people in your life. And I'm sorry I sound nasally, that are able to support you. But the reality is, at least in my life, like too, and I'm sure in yours, there really aren't going to be too many of those people who do believe in you. And that's okay, though. You know, it's amazing. You just got to listen to yourself. And in fact, like, I really resonate with that. It's not the people that, comment something like, fuck, I don't give a shit, bro, I'll never see you. It's the people you live with, and they tell you every single day, and they start brainwashing yourself. Like, for you guys, this is a very important thing. You have to remember your mission, and you have to almost trick yourself. This is what I do when I hear, whether it's my mom or my brother or whatever it is, that they get doubtful. Look at that as a good thing. Look at that as actually you're on the right path. Look at these as little stepping stones. If they didn't doubt what you're doing, then you're probably not doing anything big or powerful. Exactly. If they begin to doubt you, that shows like you are doing something original. And it sounds so cheesy, but you look at big guys who've done anything in their life, like Elon Musk or anything.
They've all had it.
Are you kidding me? Like they've had it. You know what I mean?
Even worse than what we had.
Way worse, man. So look at that as a beautiful thing, okay? All these figures in life, they had massive resistance.
They even still have it.
They do.
And they're so established. It's like...
And the funny thing is, though, is like, the ironic thing is, if you stop and actually listen to these people, that's when they really lose respect for you. And now all you get is that, like, what are you doing? You should have stayed to this. And you were like, but you told me not to. Whereas if you just stuck to it the whole time, it begins to flip. And you really become the man or the woman you're supposed to be. Like, that's truly what I believe. You have to stick. Like, it's a subconscious testing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the gym. If you say you're going to go to the gym and I say, like, yo, don't go, and you don't go, that's your fault. You get what I'm saying? So just stay true to the path. That's all you can do, because there will be resistance there. Thanks, brother. I'm pretty stoked. We're at 40 minutes here.
The book that I was reading, it was saying when you're on that journey, you're going to meet people that are going to motivate you. You're going to meet people that are going to demotivate you. But it's like, what's his name? Gary
Vaynerchuk.
Gary Vaynerchuk. What he
Yeah,
said.
Vaynerchuk.
How, I don't know.
Yeah,
Forgive me,
Vaynerchuk.
bro. I don't know how you say your last name.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he said, if you want to make the people around you proud, the future version of yourself proud, follow your dreams.
Right.
Because when you follow your dreams, you step and you keep going, eventually you're going to make money, eventually you're going to make fame, eventually you're going to be successful. That's going to make your parents proud, not giving up on your dreams and decide to do something that they think is logical or they think that'll make you money.
100%.
That will make them. If you hate your parents, don't follow your dreams, because you're gonna start hating everyone around you, and you're gonna start hating your parents. Sure, go ahead. You want to make your people around you happy? Follow your dreams. I've seen so many negative people, and I always ask them, like, yo, what? Like, why are you so angry? What's going on? They give you an underlying thing that just did nothing to do with why they're angry. Yo, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, yo, I want it to be this. Why didn't you do it? Oh, you know, man, I didn't have the opportunity, whatever not. That's why they're angry, because they didn't follow their passion. Bro, if a little kid from Africa could find his way to America and figure out everything and become a superstar, you can do anything, bro.
That's true.
Because you know how hard it is to get from Africa or all these third world countries and become a superstar, celebrity, or whatnot? Bro, I don't care what position, whatever's wrong in your life, you can do it as well.
Another thing too that just sparked is I read a quote, I think yesterday or something like that, and it said, along the lines of, I don't think I have it, don't compare your path to someone else's. Everyone's path is subjective. You have the gifts needed for your path. Oh, it's right here. Awesome. There is no better or worse. Everyone has the necessary gifts for their particular path. So like, even if you look at things like, oh man, I can't do this, I have a this, or I have a this, or like, it doesn't matter. You can call it God, whatever. Like, you have the specific gifts
you have exactly
you need for your path. So like me doing what you're doing, I wouldn't be able to, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But you have
that
right?
exact.
You have the gifts needed for it. So it may seem crazy to people, but like you have the gifts. So, like the kid in Africa or the whatever. Like, don't compare like what's better or worse. Only you have those exact gifts. And that quote really hit me. So I really like that.
Well,
so.
That's why they say the graveyard is $1 trillion business.
Right.
Because the amount of dreams and passions that were lost to it,
Right.
that people just didn't use. Yo, God did not put you on this earth to live a mediocre life. God did not put you on this earth to live an unfulfilling life. God did not put you on this earth with all the abilities that you have, all the gifts that you have, the knowledge that you have to obtain anything in this world, to just live normal.
Especially in today's age now.
Especially
we have
in
the
today's
tools. This is the whole point of what
And
this
I'm not
podcast is
saying
for.
being a janitor forever is a bad thing, because it's a normal job.
Yeah, man.
But
you might need it.
you might be a janitor that inspires kids every single day. You might be a janitor that decides to have your own company, and now you have companies of all these different type of janitors. Or you might be a janitor that just does a great job, and people respect him for that.
You put a smile on people's faces every day.
But not just to be a mediocre janitor that just gets paid by the hour and that just does it because he has to. Nah, you're meant to do so much freaking more, man. So much more.
Gabe's got to have his own talk show, guys. Comment down
Yo,
below.
one day, man, one day.
Gabe's gonna he's
Like,
gonna be a straight motivational speaker.
Look,
man.
just look.
You can just keep going. Like, bro, I don't even have to say a word. Like, I swear for like 2 hours, bro. You run this podcast now. I'm just gonna
Just
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Like,
Okay.
think about. Just go back to the stories of the Bible. You have these Hebrew boys that are just small time dudes that are like, for example,
Moses and stuff. Yeah, I remember Prince of
not
Egypt.
even just Moses.
No,
Who's the guy that I don't remember his name? I don't know if it was Daniel. I believe
let's
so.
call him Daniel.
Let's say
let's call him
Daniel.
David.
Now, yeah, David. Exactly, King David.
King David,
Bro,
boys.
back in the day, he was just a guy that tended lions and cows, and he was cool with it. He was fulfilling his
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
purpose that he thought.
Yeah, you know.
He was doing his thing. He was happy with it. But God had more planned for him that he didn't even know was coming. He didn't care if it was coming or not. But he had so much more planned. God had so much more planned, because no one's life is meant to be mediocre. You have so much more. Even if you're happy with the current state you are, trust me, there's more. There's always more for you to do, more for you to give. Until your dying breath, there's more for you to do. Because King David was just a shepherd boy, and all of a sudden he was the king of pretty much half the world. How? Because of God, because he followed his gut that said, yo, I'm going to be king one day. And he conquered and he did all these things. Same thing with your gut. You're supposed to be something one day. And it's not just supposed to end with that. Yeah, I might be an actor today, who knows, 10 years down the road, I might be a producer, a writer, a director, or this or that.
Evolution.
There's so much things that
It
are still
never
meant for you.
stops. Yeah,
It's
100%.
not, you're not just supposed to do one thing and that's it for the rest of your life. No, there's so much more. There's so much more. Right now I'm writing. I like to write. Write scripts and stuff like that. I didn't even know I had the ability to do that. I started writing one day, and now I know I can write a script.
Get ready to write books.
Write TV shows, write movies, write books, or sing, act, dance, create art.
This is why I always say it's not what you do, it's who you are when you do it.
Exactly.
Because it'll always change. I mean, dude, I was into fitness before, and now I have this podcast. Like,
exactly. Look at where it came.
Bro,
Come on.
It's always gonna change. It's just
Look
it's
at
who
where
you are.
Tell me about the book, because that's so crazy.
All right, yeah, let's finish it off on this book. I want to hit an hour. I don't think I've ever hit a podcast in an hour with a guest. You're the first one.
Yo, bro,
You've carried this podcast.
You know what's funny? I want to make you talk, but I feel like there's so much I have to say. Forgive me.
Yeah.
When you were talking about selfishness,
Yes.
yo, there's nothing wrong with being selfish.
There's not.
There's nothing wrong. Selflessness and selfishness. There's nothing wrong with either. Because guess what? If you give a homeless person $10, you may be helping that person's day. You might be benefiting them immensely. What does it do for you? Makes you feel good. Makes you smile. Makes you a little brighter person. Is that not selfish? But at the same time, you're not being selfish by giving.
No, I hear you.
So when you give to someone, why are you giving it to them?
I'm actually gonna. Harun, can you come here for a sec? You see the camera up there? Can you brighten it up a little bit? Sorry, man, it's just bugging me. So if you look at the bottom, I'll keep this in. The bottom, there's a little bar, a meter bar right there. Just click it up one. No. So you can see on my screen. Just see the bar right in the middle. Click it and bring it up one. So the plus button. See on the left or the right? Just up one. Boom. That's it. Okay, so bring it back so it's dead center. It's in the middle. It's in the middle. You can see on the bar. It should be right. It's 0. Okay. Dude, that's it. Good. Perfect. That's it. Good. Thanks, man. It was just bugging me. I want it to look good.
Yeah.
No, there's a prominent theme in philosophy that goes... Yeah, no worries. This is why we have Harun, guys. He checks. He makes the podcast. We're going to keep him back every podcast, okay? So comment below if you like Harun, or as many as we can. So there's a prominent theme in philosophy that goes... I forget who wrote it, but there's a guy and he's on a train, okay? And he sees these pigs drowning in mud. So he drives by the train. Now... This is where, the philosophy is based on, is selfishness good or bad? So what he does is he gets off the train and he saves the pigs. And people are like, oh, you're such a good boy. Like, you're so good you did that. Or did he do that because if he didn't save the pigs, he would live with, regret his whole life? So like what you're saying, selfishness isn't bad. No. If you can do something for yourself to ideally help other people, it's amazing. And if you
it helps you and them.
Exactly. And I believe it's that whole cuppeth overfloweth. Like if you do stuff that you enjoy, don't even worry about, here's the thing, this may sound backwards. Don't even worry so much about helping other people. Helping other people will be a byproduct of you helping yourself.
It'll just come unconsciously.
It'll just happen.
Just do it.
Yeah.
This is helping someone out there who's
and we're not even trying to. Yes, but we're just having a conversation.
Exactly.
This is spillingeth over.
But it's going to make you feel good.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that because you're helping someone as well. Bro, you think rich $1 million people give away to charities and all this stuff because they just want to give money? No, it makes them feel good.
What's the word called? It's a it's not a paleontologist, and it's someone who gives a lot to charity. There's a certain word for it, but anyways,
philanthropist?
No,
that's
is it a philanthropist?
Yes, it is.
Is it? Okay, yeah. So it's literally a word.
Exactly. They're not doing it
right
because they just want to be selfless. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But they also feel good about it as well.
Yeah,
yo, come on. Like, you compliment your girlfriend and they go, oh, thank you.
Exactly.
And you feel good too because you made them feel good. Yo, everything you do is going to make you feel good as well. Yes. So don't worry about being selfish. Bro.
Give too much, bro.
You gotta be. You gotta, especially when you're starting, you gotta be, bro. Mm-hmm. You gotta be. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. If you're trying to help every single person and you barely can get up, not every one of them is going to come back and get you up, bro.
No, it's true.
You'll be crawling there and you helped all these people get up and you still crawling.
Word. I relate with that a lot.
You got to get up, bro.
Yeah.
And then when you are up and you have a car and a mansion, all that, you help out somebody else. Yeah, here's the elevator. Look at all these rich rappers, bro. Mm-hmm. All of their buddies now are rich as well. Mm-hmm. But they had to get it first. Mm-hmm. Yo, same thing with you. You had to get it first, and then you can help people out.
This is something super big for you guys because, again, you will relate with this. I've noticed myself because even my immediate circle, I'm not going to name names, I'll get pointed out like, David, you're so selfish. You only think about yourself. You bada boom. You only care about your office or what you're doing. You have to be selfish in the beginning to then help other people. And I mean that. That may sound super poetic or cheesy, but you literally need to. I may be in these... watch the cord, bro. I may be in this office and may temporarily neglect other things. but that's for the end term to then help them tenfold, you know. And this could be very subjective and controversial, but yeah, be selfish. I truly believe that you come first at the end of the day. And the thing is like, it's all backwards. If you act like, I'll finish it on this note, at least with me, you know, if you listen to outside people, whether that's to stop or to do this or do anything, you may think that's the right thing to do because then they'll be happy and respect you. In the long term, they actually won't. It's all backwards, because if you continue to succumb and do what they do instead of what you want, you're empty. You have nothing now. And now when they actually need you, you're fucked. You have nothing to give.
Nothing to give.
You're literally screwed. And now they really disrespect you. Whereas if in the short term you just make them a little upset, but you're building and you're building and you're building, that well will flow forever.
Way more.
You know? Harun, do you have something to say? I feel like you were going to say something.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna
talking in mic, brother.
ask as like final remarks. What is your end goals? What do you want to achieve when you become?
Oh, brother, this is the greatest thing on the planet. I'm so glad you asked that. I told my high school, and I've had this dream for like since I was like a kid. I told my high school, yo, mark these words, everybody listening, this is going to happen.
Timestamp.
I am going to change the world one day for the better. I promise you that. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will. I know it's going to start with kids who have Tourette's. I want to open up a foundation to teach kids who have Tourette's to be actors, because yo, it's hard as hell to be an actor and have Tourette's.
Word. Or just
I'm
speak
living
or
proof of that. Yeah. I've booked shows, I've booked movies, I've booked commercials. And I have Tourette's.
I don't even think anyone, dude.
No one knows.
I don't even think you didn't.
I didn't say it.
I completely forgot.
Yo, people don't even see it.
You know what's funny though? It's when you do what you love, the Tourette's or things like that.
It disappears. It disappears. Doesn't even exist.
It's funny.
But imagine that. A boy who has Tourette's is going to change the world one day. A kid who has Tourette's is going to be a major actor one day.
Facts.
You know how hard it is to stop twitching? Yo, it's hard.
100%.
And imagine, I'm going to be an actor where on set you got to be still for hours. You got to be focused for hours.
Word.
And have Tourette's. That's huge. So that to me is going to inspire so many kids out there who have Tourette's. So many people in general who have Tourette's. And that's going to be a part of the world that I'm changing.
I believe it.
By doing something like that to help other kids say, yo, if he could be on set for hours, standing still, doing this, doing that, and not even one tick, and people aren't even bothered by it, I can do something like that too. So that's another reason. That's why I say when you have your passion, your dream, make sure you have something bigger than just the love of it as well. Make sure there's something deeper to why you're doing it.
And when you die, it stays alive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my thing is that one day I want to change the world. One day I want to help kids who have Tourette's out there. People who have Tourette's out there believe that they can do it. Because, yo, my life is not that bad. But there could be a dude who has Tourette's, one arm, living in Africa that feels like he's alone. No one's going to help him. And if he could even just look up to the TV and one day see me accept an award or in a show that says, yo, I have Tourette's. This is what I've accomplished. You know how much that'll inspire that person to say, you know what? He has Tourette's and he's done all that? Yo, I can do something too. So that's what it is. I want to inspire someone out there to do something greater than what I'm doing. Do something greater than I'll ever do.
Be better than me.
That's my legacy, bro. Do something greater than me. I want to do something greater than my dad. I hope that my kids and whoever else out there do something greater than me.
That's
Same
the
thing,
kid mentality.
Do something greater. When you get there, give back greater than what you have. Leave that as your legacy. So when you die, you could be like, you know what? I made the world a better place, even if it was a little bit.
And dude, I mean it. Like, you are changing the world now. Like, don't even worry about a year from now or 10 years. Like, your actions ripple.
Exactly.
You do it now, bro. Your actions
it's already
always
written,
ripple.
bro. It's written. It's gonna happen. There's a quote by Dwayne Johnson. I'm seeing if I find it. It's the greatest. Well, I don't know if he started the quote, but this is I live by this. Also, be the hardest worker in the room. Yo, don't let anyone outwork you. I don't care who it is. Be the hardest
in this room.
Put him up. Don't let anyone outwork you. But the quote, if I can find it, give me a second. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. That was the most jaw-dropping quote I've ever heard. Because that's so true. Yeah, it's nice to be important. But are you a nice person to the people around you?
Goes back to that agency thing. Because it's actually ironic that being nice, you become important. You know?
That's what people respect. That's why Dwayne Johnson is one of the highest paid actors in the world.
Word.
One of the biggest people in the world. Because he's so kind. He's so nice. He gives back. Ways that... And not just here's 10 million to charity. Nah, he's there giving back, man. He's there helping those people. That is more than money can offer. If you meet your icon and he's willing to take time out of his busy schedule to come sit with you, maybe give you a gift or whatnot, that's more than just a $10,000 to charity. Who cares if you just give $10,000 to charity? You're not even doing it. You're just giving your money away. Yeah, you're helping a whole bunch of people, but if you were there, maybe giving the check yourself.
All right, sorry, the camera shut off again. So, yeah, we'll finish it off, guys. I have no clue when it cut off. We'll finish it off on... What are you going to finish it off on?
The book, man.
The book.
Because think about it. We started with it. We got to end it with it, y'all.
All right, we'll both talk about it. So it was a rainy, stormy day one day.
Deep in the woods.
Very cold.
Very.
No one to be found.
No.
David was sad, lying on his bed alone. Till one day the doorbell rang.
Ding dong.
And to his surprise, there was a man.
A man.
In a hood. I let him inside. And in his hands was a book.
A book.
The book itself was no ordinary book.
No ordinary.
Leadership and self-deception. How to get out of the box.
Yes. Oh, such a beautiful book.
And anyways, yeah, Gabe gave me that book. He gave me that book one day, and that book essentially spiraled my love for psychology and philosophy.
I think it was your first video that you ever posted. It started with that book.
Probably.
I think so. Because you did a whole video of the book.
I did a whole video on that one book.
Because I remember, I don't know if I was gifted it or I bought it.
Well, regardless, it was a gift.
Yeah,
I was just reading it.
And it was so amazing. I found so much like insight in this book that I never. It's funny because a lot of the views of this book were also similar to the Bible, but the Bible is just hard to. It's hard to understand if you,
all
if
wisdom
you don't
comes
read
from
the
somewhere,
Bible. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
So this helped me understand so much, and I was like, man, everyone should read this book. Mm. Every single human being on the planet should read this book. But there was it's like this voice, that gut feeling. It was this gut echoing feeling that was like, yo. David needs to read this. Your best friend needs to freaking read this. And out of the blue, I didn't plan on going to see David. Nothing. I just walked to his house. I just was like, he has to go see. He needs to read this book. I walked to this guy's house. I didn't tell him I was coming. I didn't plan this. I wasn't like, I'm reading this book. I just came and I was like, listen, I don't know if you like reading or whatnot, but you have to read this book. It'll change your life because it's changed mine. And then, my man read the book, and this is the reason why all of this started. Because of that one book. That's why I tell people, read. It's so good to read because that's the only way to gain knowledge, man. Mm-hmm. People write down everything they've learned in a book. Mm-hmm. That's how you learn, bro. Everything someone is
essentially what we're doing now, just in video
form. In video form. And that changed his whole life, changed my whole life. And this is where we are today from a book, bro. That's how powerful this person's words was. That's what I mean, man. You could inspire people to do wonders with just one word.
Literally. Bro. Doesn't matter what it is. All right, guys. Well, that was awesome. We surpassed an hour. I think this was the first podcast I've ever done with a guest, at least, that we've hit an hour. So, Gabe, shout outs to you, man. Don't leave me hanging. All links will be left down below, guys. Definitely check out Gabe. Follow him. This is really cool. I think you're going to be on a lot of podcasts now ever since this one.
Yo, bro, I'm always down, man. I'm always down to spit some wisdom. I'm always down to hear some wisdom as well, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Trust me on that.
Gabe, when you have your podcast, it'll be flipped. I'll do all the talking.
Hey, I know. Yo, why not, bro? Come on. I'll just sit there.
Dude, they hear me all the time, bro. I want you to speak. So that's awesome, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comments. You guys know where to find Gabe. Shout outs to Haroon in the back. He kept this going. And we're going to try to keep him for future podcasts. So give a like for Haroon. And we'll finish it there. So thank you guys so much. Till then, much love. Peace. That's it.
That's it, boys. That was amazing.